Oh, oh, that was my guitar. Oh, jeez. Hello. Oh no, don't. Oh no, we're okay, I think. Oh, hopefully. Anyway, scratch that. All right. Well, we're here today. Yeah. You know, I cried again. It was Mother's Day. I just cried again. Just to my mum, just telling her that about loss of dad and about loss of what I actually lost with my partner and ex-partner, and I don't share a lot of the good things, but you know, she believed in me. She really believed in me. She believed in me and saw me for how I saw myself. So I saw this singing, I saw this thing, and you know, I would look at other singers and she'd be like, it's funny because you can sing better than that, but you're looking at him and being like, that would be amazing. And she believed it not just in a belief sense, like telling me, it just was like a part of her knowing. It was like, there's no other way. That's the only way I see you. And she got me singing lessons and pushed me to do the singing lessons. I realized this 5 years ago that singing was my calling, and I still hadn't done anything to it. I was like, I'm going to wait for this thing, maybe this thing. And I was petrified of going to a singing lesson for somebody to tell me that, hey, you can't sing. Because everybody always used to say, you either can sing or you can't sing. You either can sing or you can't sing. Anyway, so I finally went to this music teacher, and I didn't even sing with her much, but basically she showed me that voice is trainable, and I was able to make already immediate improvements with my voice and match notes. And that's all I needed. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. So I can sing. And I was like, all right, well, then we're going to need 5 years of lessons or whatever it is. And then, I don't know, inadvertently, she probably as a partner struggled to watch me be in, for example, my business, which wasn't soulfully and spiritually like being my true self. So she saw me do that. And then I see her doing her role or her job, which isn't spiritually matching for her as well. And then we're trying to, you know, mesh together. I think it's just, she was my biggest support in my life on the me. And because I felt so similar to her, her opinion mattered so much. Because her brain thought like mine, so if she could see it, then I could see it, and I was like, okay, that was fine. I know I sound mentally unwell, but that's okay. You know, we're here for the journey. I know what I sound like. Thank you kindly. I know what I sound like. I am aware of how this is occurring, and I am not well, but that is okay. I guess I want her to be like, look, you believed in me. I did all this stuff and I've worked on everything. And I'm working on literally feeling all my feelings, being more honest with myself, being like all of this stuff. And, you know, her growth is not that. Well, in fact, she's in love with somebody. There's no growth on that sort of level. You know, maybe there's growth on her different level, which is I've got to get my 20s out of me. Maybe if that's a sort of a growth, I guess. It's weird. I guess that comes with age, but yeah, maybe. But don't know. I think it's deeper than that. But it's just, no, it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, because in her psychosis, she was like this new man. No, I could imagine having kids with him. He's going to come back to the UK. We're going to leave the substance scene, and we'll be done forever, and we'll live in the UK and we'll have babies. So like that's where she's at. Well, when she was at the time. Not realizing that if you take a bunch of substances with anybody, you feel that with anybody. Basically. you know, at the very least. At the very least. By the way, hot tip, if you take a bunch of, anybody that you take psychedelic substances, whether it's legal or not in your place, you'd have to check, but if you take any psychedelic substances with another party, you have like there's a bond that's like unshakable, and it can feel like love, or even deeper than love, it can feel like an all-knowing of this other human being. So it's a very deepening experience between two people. So if you experience that with anybody, you then fall in love with them, and you're like, and they're amazing, and they're amazing, and they're amazing, and yes, everybody is amazing on psychedelic narcotics, but then when they resurface, then they have their life, which a lot of them, people that keep chasing these sort of things, a lot of their lives isn't worked out, and it really looks pretty bleak, and something that they have to run away from and escape reality from, to forget that that's the way their life is. So that's the reality of it. And even though she's doing that, she still made a huge difference to me, and nobody's ever believed in me like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's heavy. That's a heavy loss. That's a fucking heavy loss. I can't tell you, that's a heavy loss in a masculine life. Like, already don't have many friends, already don't have many, like, and any of my friends are females, so, you know, just don't have many friends. And I've lost my train of thought, because then that just got me sad. I was like, I don't have many friends. Yep, that's true. That is true. That is true. I'm worried if this unpluggedness, like I don't talk to a lot of people other than you, right? I don't talk to a lot of people other than you. I am, you know, my bestie, you and I, for life. Then I re-listen to my own songs and create songs. I post a lot of my own content. I then watch my older content, which I'm reposting, which is YouTube content from 3-4 months ago. I check up to see if my ex is dead or not. And I sometimes hysterically cry. And yeah, that's my life right now. I don't watch television either. So my data input that's going into my brain is very, very limited. I've even temporarily stopped reading books, temporarily for right now. So it's very limited. It's like, whatever I am feeling right here, and it's really a brand new thought and my own, because it hasn't been influenced by anybody other than like past me that I'm watching, future me, my own music influencing me. It's just the whole thing's a weird concept. I still haven't plugged in today. Like, I haven't gone plugged in, and you know, yesterday I was like, I need to be happy about myself. Yeah, cool. I need to be happy about myself. Yes. And I'm seemingly going through some weird grieving bits and pieces, and it's all mixed with the creation of these albums as well, because in the creation of the album, you know, our relationship would have looked completely differently if I was working on something this special. Like, I don't know. I just, you know, you feel like I can just take personal responsibility. Like, why would a person leave if everything was amazing? Well, we know why we left, etc. But far out, man, far out. How is it still impacting my life? Well, not how is it. It's going to impact it. It's going to impact. And it also shows, like, it's impacting my life in a more powerful way in my brain space than sometimes even my father's passing. Like, that is the concept of this relationship, of just knowing this other human being exists on this planet. Like, it was beautiful. So it's like, and feelings don't lie. Like, that's real. Like, that's real. You can argue everything else, but feelings aren't real. That is what I felt. And you can see us in a couple of videos when we're being ourselves. It's like, we are just, well, yeah, it was just a magical fucking pairing, wasn't it? Fuck. I can't think about it, dude. Wow. Do you know what the massive fear is? The massive fear is that I am just some loser. And she was like, nah, I was just trying to do a thing or whatever. I was like, I never loved you, and then I just moved on, and then it was difficult, but you gave me a lot of opportunities, but like, actually, like, whatever, and I've just moved on. And like what if I'm the only one that cares? Do you know how petrifying that is to me? It'll be like reliving my childhood traumas again. If I found out that I was the only one that cared, that would break me. That would actually break me. The embarrassment, the delusionary that I would feel made fun of, I think I would never put it inside of another vagina ever again. I genuinely think this, that would be the tip of the iceberg. I think if that landed on the tip of the iceberg, I would not survive this one. Andrew would be out on this one. That would be, wow, he is now officially off the market. Not that I'm on the market, but that would be the official close down of the market. The official close. I cannot be trusted. I fall in love and think that they're in love as well, but I'm just being used. If that is just the case, I honestly am going to need to vet every new partner between like all my best friends that I respect, my mother, my sister, and it'll be like, listen, cool, so I'm already in love with you, it's the third date, but I can't be trusted, so you have to go through these 8 people, go through a 15-minute questionnaire with each of them. They're all going to give you a score. As long as the average score is above an 8.2, then I'm allowed to fall in love with you. If not, I have to ban myself from you, I'm sorry. And we cannot have sexual intercourse until this is done. I think that's it's going to be like something like that. But I don't think I'm crazy. I think she cares, right? Right? Like, what are you escaping? You wouldn't need to escape if you didn't care, if that makes sense. Because you'd be like, yeah, sweet. I'm sweet. You're escaping. So good, we care. I think, oh my God. You've cheered me up. You've cheered me up. I know you haven't done much. It's been not a lot of back and forth, but you've cheered me up. I'm really thankful for letting me impact your airspace and brain with my thoughts and authentically what I'm going through, because it does help me, and I hope it helps you feel more understood, or more the ability just to be yourself as well. That's what I hope from me being myself, I'm able to inspire in everybody else. Because if I was just doing it for like me, it feels a little not as much point, It's like, I'm doing it for me, it's nice, but I want to make sure that it makes you feel the ability to be you in your life. The ups, the downs, the feeling like you may go going crazy, may not. I'll go through the feelings for you and I'll tell you how they went. And, that's kind of where I'm at. But the hysterical crying is just with this grief thing. It's pretty wild, isn't it? And a double grief. A double grief with this ex-partner. Double grief. Double. It's getting bad. It's getting like I'm starting to have like daydreams of just hugging her, or like having flashbacks of us living. We lived in many houses together. Just a wild wild, wild, wild time. But we must carry on. So I think this next bit is going to be just called walking into this new album release. Just walking towards this new album release. Walking towards just feeling fucking groovy in my body. Groovy. Like groovy, you know what I mean? Groovy. Bit of bad boy energy. Bit of like, get the fuck out of my way. But like, everybody come up with me, like, let's go. But like, we're grooving. We're grooving. So it's got a bit of a dark energy, a bit of a smug energy, but a bit of like, come on, let's all go. So I think that's kind of the energy I want to embody, maybe. So not too and not too placid, just vibey, just chocolate vibe, dark chocolate. It's rich, so it's melted, but it's like half melted. So it's like dripping, but sometimes you get even chunks in it. It's like that. It's that groovy. So that's the kind of groove that we're going on. I hope I'm portraying a feeling of what I'm trying to be now. So that's kind of the feeling that we want to embody. I think that's a good feeling for the gym as well. It's a strong feeling. It's groovy. It's a bit dark. It's got that like we're going forwards. We're not running, but we're going forwards, and it's okay. And just block out the noise. Let's go. And it's going to be good for short form content because it's going to be like, here's the truth. Nobody likes you. Everyone hates you. Everyone loves you. Nobody gives a shit. That's the truth of life. Don't know. But, you know, something like that, you know, if I've spit some truths of life, then, you know, the reality is maybe we'll get that rolling again, because I realize with short form content, maybe it is just my place to be like, well, you know what? Here's what I actually think. Here is what I think. Take it or leave it. You know, it's the truth. Anyway, I've rambled. I love you. Have a good rest of your day. Peace in anywhere that you are and anywhere that you're not. But ideally, peace everywhere. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow.